Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, SGI, White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, CurlSask, SaskTel Max TV, and Realcast Media.
Good evening, everyone, and we want to welcome you once again to the 2020 Viterra Scotties Provincial Curling Championship, live from Melville on SaskTel Max. We're at the Horizon Credit Union Center. My name is Sean Joyce. I'm here with Susan Lang and Kim Hudson. We've got B final action tonight. The winner of this game will move on to the Page 1-2 game to face off against Robin Silvernagel. We also are going to send 3 more teams home tonight. We'll keep tabs on those games as well. Sherry Anderson facing off against Ashley Howard in this B final tonight. And Kim, I know you used to play with Sherry. We always pick on you about Sherry. I'm going to flip things on you this time. I'm going to ask you about Ashley Howard. She comes into this game with some momentum that seemed to start last night. And can they just continue to ride that through? Does it change the way they play when they're playing with momentum?
I don't know the answer to that question, but here's what I do know. When you said last night, they actually lost their first game in this competition. They've rattled off 3 straight wins, and they actually do have momentum going on their side. And having said that, they've been playing extremely well, but Ashley Howard has been on fire. Every time we've looked over there, she's rattling off doubles and triples and freezes and draws to the button, and I'm just looking forward to watching that type of play continue. I think it'll be very entertaining. I'm looking forward to a good game there.
Well, and to be fair, Sherry Anderson comes into this game, Susan, with some momentum as well, but she came about that momentum in a different way. A big comeback win this afternoon. Can they carry that momentum and the emotion that came with it into this final tonight?
They were pretty pumped when they came off the ice this afternoon with that big draw that Sherry made for the win, that I believe they will. I think, though, what this team really relies on is the experience that Sherry brings into these big games. Sherry's a big game performer. The team, I don't think, has fully caught their stride yet. There's still room for improvement, and Sherry has done very well managing the team and always finding a way to win. And I think that's her strength, is that game management, ice management, and just all that experience that she brings in.
Well, we certainly know we're expecting an exciting game tonight. We'll also, as I said, keep tabs on the 3C event games, all the action about to get underway, and we'll have it for you right after this.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea! Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
The teams are at ice level, just about ready to get underway here. As is the practice prior to the playoffs anyway. They have a pre-game draw to the button to determine who's got last rock in the opening end. Sherry Anderson won that draw to the button. She will have the last rock, and it is the Howard team throwing the yellows. You know, they always talk about these shots before the game, so they never actually show us whether they're planning to throw the guard or come right in. And you said yesterday, I think, that just means that they have to give them 4 out of 4 as long as it touches the center line. Yeah. Kaylin Skinner
out there.
Yeah.
Throwing the lead stones for Ashley Howard.
8. We're in the draw path.
Coming down. Curling a lot.
Oh, starting to throw. Yep, you gotta go for it. Yep. 4. Yep. Yep. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, 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 hard. Good, Kaylin.
And to let you know a fun fact, lead there for Ashley Howard, Caitlin Skinner is a niece of Nancy.
Hard.
So it's an all-time family affair here.
Hard for a piece.
Actually knew that.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hard, guys. You still.
Of course you did.
Well, I did jackets for Caitlin's one of her junior teams a few years ago. It was Nancy that sent me on to them.
Oh,
So it was her
well,
niece.
that's awesome. Yep.
You got it, Kaylin.
Kaylin Skinner, again, nice to see a lot more youth coming into our Saskatchewan Scotties. Kaylin just aged out of juniors last year and was on a very strong junior team, actually the team that was our provincial rep this year. So great to see these young women continuing their curling careers at very high levels.
Room. Should move. 2. Get to curl. 2. Want it to curl. Hard, hard, hard. 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 Got to cross a little. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Good shot, Kaylin. Good judge. Lost that good path, hey? Yeah. Okay, hard up. Okay, just talk. Yep. Hard. Back line. Hard.
So looking for half's a little quiet.
Hard. 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 Hard for the split. Roll it, Max. Roll it.
Well, that's
Good shot.
kind of filed under calling your own shot. Significantly light on the original call, but came up with a fairly good plan B.
A little better this time.
Same as mine. Yep. She'll need a hair last, hey? Okay.
Good call. All right, just a 3.
So looking at replacing that center guard.
Room. Don't kill it.
Kristen
Don't kill it.
Besser.
Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
When she won the Scotties, or when they won the Scotties in 2018, she was playing with Sherry Anderson.
Over curl, Benny.
So is her sister.
That's true. They both were.
Over curl.
And something that they started doing then, I see they're still doing that I just find amusing. It's on the back of the jackets, it's Fesser and K Fesser. It's Krista and Courtney, and they both spell their name with a K.
K's.
So
Yeah.
It's out.
Should have taken same as Kaylin.
9.5. Okay.
Straight up.
Second Megan Froelich here with her
9.5.
first shot.
No. Close up a little bit. 9.3. Hard. Okay. Good throw. Nice way. I don't hate 9.5.
9.5
here.
Okay.
Be fresh in this pass, I think. Are we going for nose? I like the roll, actually.
Okay, I'm with you.
9.5.
So no shortage of green jackets and provincial representation on this team. With the Fessers have been to junior Canadians, they've been to Canadian mixed playdowns, they've been to a Scotties.
Curl. You got a bit.
So they're used to playing at a
little bit.
high stage, high level. Ashley, of course, we know was with
Probably
Jolene
big.
Campbell
This is
2016, so
horrible.
she's been at a
Same
Scotties.
way.
They all know what it takes to come through these provincial playdowns and
Same way.
keep that momentum going.
Don't do that.
It's still a long way to go, but this is a big step here tonight in this B final.
Save maybe a hair more. Clean, yep. Hard for the roll. Hard. Yep.
Megan Fergus with the hit makes a bit of a roll, but not able to get behind
pretty
cover.
Nice. 9.5.
Should move here a bit, hey? I'd say make sure you're a good 9.5 for it.
Yep.
Should be fresh.
9-5. 9.
9.
Whoa. Yep.
9.5.
Queen.
9.5.
Queen.
9.5.
Queen.
Whoa.
Yep.
9.5. Whoa.
Yep. Yep.
You're
You're there.
For those
Good court.
curling fans that are watching their first game of the day here
Good
with us
shot.
on CurlSask and SaskTel Max, we did see some significant changes in movement in the ice
a double.
today. The two previous draws, we've seen quite a bit more curl than what we'd experienced the first 2 days. So the curlers have been busy adjusting
you
and
can be
adapting
firm.
to the bigger swing, but they've been enjoying it in the sense that they've told us that they're really enjoying having a couple more shot options available to them.
Yes. Hard.
Really hard, Shay.
Hard.
Hard up, Shay.
Hard. Hard.
Hard up.
Go. Good.
Looking for the double, makes it. Shooter stays right there.
I kind of like that.
9.5.
9-5, yeah.
That's stone a little close to the
Yeah,
rings
part.
and a little bit dangerous for Ashley Howard's liking. He's going to look to remove it.
9.5.
Yep.
Look to remove a roll to a center.
9.5. 9. 9.
Whoa.
Whoa. 9.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Big roll. Right over.
Or into the
right in,
rings.
Kaylin. That's just
There.
fine, Court.
Nice shot.
That's pretty good. But Sherry
Yep.
choosing to ignore, going around the corner. Kind of looks like you're going to get forced now, so might as well get 2.
14-2. I was thinking 14-2, 14-2.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. If they're going to force you to 2.
Yeah.
Nancy Martin with the big double on her first stone, looking to come around the corner guard here.
Megan only. Megan only. Yep. Yep. Hard, guys. Deep, even if it's back here.
Not back there.
All the way.
7.
All the way.
So recognizing that they weren't getting the line that they wanted, Sherry wants it deep here so that even if there is a hit and roll, it's going to be behind a tee line.
Okay. Forward and just come back to
And then
center.
deep allows that late curl to develop and take that rock a little bit
In here.
behind the guard, a little bit more.
Got a sliver in behind anyway.
Not much has been here, hey?
No.
How much weight?
Forward.
Yeah.
Just roll back to the broom again.
Yeah. I'm thinking make sure you're bored.
I agree.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought Courtney overthrew a bit and it.
Still hooked.
Yeah, I'm still worried.
You got it, Ash.
Ten and a half. Yep. 10 and a half. Yep. Pretty big.
Yep.
Yep. 10 and a half. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Like to roll away from that spot if she could.
No.
Hits and stays right there.
What do you think of the weight?
I'm thinking 10.
Okay.
I thought you kind of tipped yours a hair, but I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
And there's a good look at what Sherry Anderson's going to see.
I think she can get under there. And I think that's the call, even with regular hit.
I'd like a little kick inside, guys.
Yeah. 10?
Yeah. Nancy kind of tackles over a little bit, but I mean, it still moves, but I don't think it'll go crazy.
No. Yeah, Ashley just threw a 10.
Yeah.
Queen.
Ten.
Queen. Whoa.
Queen,
Whoa. Megan. Go, Megan.
Okay, roll it to middle then.
Okay,
roll it
that's
to
fine.
the middle.
Not going to get the roll they were looking for, so wanted to keep it out in the open.
Yeah,
If Ashley
change
Howard
location
hits
a
the
little.
nose, she'll have a
Right
nose
there.
hit to score.
Stay down, Kaylin. Fresh
Yeah.
path.
Just that nice same board. 9.5.
I like it.
I think it'll just be a sliver fresh here.
Agreed.
The roll is nice.
To my side. Yeah. 9-5, I like that, Ash. Down! Yeah, hard, Kaylin.
Really hard.
Hard. You gotta go. Gotta go.
We're on this stone right
Hard.
away.
Yeah, right on her
Hard,
hand.
Kaylin. Hard, you gotta
Wanted
go.
to get the roll.
Hard.
You might have to
You
go
gotta
hard just to
Kaylin.
keep
Hard,
this
hard,
in the
hard,
rings.
hard, hard.
Boy, is she even going to get a piece? No, slides right by everything, and
What was
out of
that?
nowhere,
14-5.
here's an opportunity for Sherry Anderson to draw for 2.
It's okay.
Nancy figures 14-2, but Kaylin's in the beginning was
Again, sometimes that's just trying a little bit too hard, that phrase, that little bit too cute. Even if she'd hit and rolled out there, still getting the force in place. So just a bit of an underthrow on that shot.
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody say she just softed it, maybe meaning the release a little soft, got it going, which for the last 2 days, you've been able
Wouldn't
to do
hurt
that.
you.
Today, they will go right out of your hand if you're a little soft on the release.
Yeah, and that was a bad combination. Soft on release and I think a little quiet as well.
8. Okay, clean.
9.
Go on, backing.
Curling.
Well, again, a guess on draw weight here.
You're good.
Sherry's made a
Thinking
good guess.
She needs the backing.
Okay. It's good.
She will come down, touch her own
Good.
stone, and
Yep.
Sherry Anderson will pick up 2 points here in the opening end.
Yep.
Ashley Howard will have last rock when we come back.
Good call.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, we'll just do a quick report here on the other 3 C games that are in play here. Rayanne Williamson made a very nice hit and roll behind a center guard on her first shot, then drew full forefoot for a 2-0 lead to start the second end over Michelle Englot.
Sheet 2 is our feature game, and we just saw Sherry Anderson draw for 2 in the first end. So 2-0 Anderson over Harwood. Let's try one more time. Howard playing the second end.
Kelly Schaefer skipping the Streifel team needed to repeat a draw that she had to the button on her first shot, was just a little bit heavy. Settled for the single point, 1-0 Team Streifel over Penny Barker.
And over on sheet 4, it was a wide open end, and Amber Holland stuck on her blank attempt. So the score is 1-0. Holland over Seltzer playing the second.
Okay, so it's Holland on 4 and Howard on 2.
I was having a little trouble
Got
with
it.
that.
Bite the court. Line straight. Yep. Gotta go. Oh, shit. Shoot. Okay, I got 15
Trouble everywhere.
Okay, Nancy, that'll be $1 in the swear jar.
Oh, I thought that was Sherry.
Sorry.
Was Nancy?
Wherever you
Yes,
think
was
it was.
Nancy.
Tripped over the corner guard there.
Tripping over the guard.
Where are we going?
I gave her the option of just running a tab.
Okay.
But again, those sweepers always have to be aware of those high rocks. I was fortunate that was just a draw shot, but we have seen watching
Is that what
lots of
she
other
said?
curling, those sweepers are coming
Yeah,
in,
it's
high
full speed
speed
now,
hits,
eh?
and you clip that guard, take a nasty fall, so always have to be aware ahead of time what rocks are out there.
4, 5. No, just a 4, 3. 4, 3. Hard, keep going.
So here we see Ashley
Just be
ignoring
tired.
those red Anderson stones in the rings and going around the corner.
Okay, well then if you're not in, you got a
From what
chance.
we've seen from the Ashley Howard team, they
That's
are
fine.
not
That's
afraid to
fine.
play with rocks in play. She tends to call a very aggressive game.
Yeah. Megan?
It's nice
Comes
here
up short of
now.
the rings there, but
Yeah,
it's not an awful call even. You see a lot of teams, especially the slam teams, on ice that runs very similar to what we're seeing tonight. Play 2 corner guards on the same side
Same
and then
side.
start coming around.
Rope.
It always leaves that other side available for the draw.
Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going.
And makes a double peel a lot more
Line's getting
difficult
good.
also.
Hard.
Come on, Shay.
Hard. You
Go,
gotta
Shay.
get it across the line.
Go,
Okay,
Shay, gotta
whoa,
go.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
My girl.
Nice shot there by Megan.
Good call.
Okay. Back 4.
Sure.
I think Megan will be the first to admit that
Okay,
this
just throw
hasn't
you
been
two
her
on.
strongest
Okay,
Scotties
set.
performance
Okay.
to date, but we have seen her game improving each game out here.
Yeah,
So
you bet.
she's had a couple of very good Scotties recently, but it's been a bit of a struggle out there. So maybe she's been the one given all the rocks. They think you have a crazy rock, usually you give it to
Whoa,
the
then.
second,
Don't
but
kill it, don't
Megan's
kill
been
it.
getting
Don't
stronger
kill
every
it.
game out here, which is nice to see.
Back
Off.
4. Back 8.
Kaylin.
Back 8.
Gotta go.
Back 4. Back 8.
Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Hard. Nice shots, guys.
Good, Chris.
Shot.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Taps that stone behind the tee line and out into the
Want
open.
most all of it, don't you?
Yep.
What do you want to go? This or this?
Like hack. Like that.
So looking across face on this,
Okay, straight up.
or
Hack.
get to the nose.
You got it.
One of the things we haven't talked about yet this week, for anybody who was watching last year, you may have noticed there's one change on this team. And
Nice hug.
unfortunately,
A little big.
a player who
Tell
was
her
playing
to-
lead last year,
Little big.
Allie Jenkins,
Hard.
passed away during childbirth.
Oh, buddy.
And that is the reason for the red crest you see on the left chest that says Allie.
Screw it, okay. Just not hack, eh?
Oh, I thought it was hack. Out of her
It's
hand, I
enough.
was trying.
Okay. I like that ice with a 10.
I haven't had the
Okay. 9-5.
chance to meet her husband, Scott Jenkins, but I have seen some of his posts on social media, and I know that at the time that the story broke, I think a lot of curling fans probably saw it, and there was some concern about the baby as well. And I understand from what I've seen on social media that the baby's doing very well, which is
Hard.
a small blessing at least.
Hard. Hard.
Whoa, roll. What are you going to give me? Firm?
Yeah.
Okay, put it, that's-
So a nice chance here for Nancy Martin to remove these 2 yellow stones.
Close. Close.
Don't think she can get the double and the roll.
No, so you'd be
Makes the hit, catches the second one, just enough to get out of the rings.
It was my fault.
Sherry Anderson sitting 2 now.
I was already apologizing.
the roll would have been nice, but I did like the double. Those rocks are
Yeah, for sure.
separated by 12 feet or 8 feet there.
Oh, you wanted the double for sure. A little more stagger, they might have been able to get both.
Little bit.
Off.
9.5. Little firm.
Close.
9.5.
Ashley Howard, on the other hand, is more concerned about getting the roll under cover, and this is going to have to curl. Starting to come.
He was trying.
She actually
return
gets the
double.
double. Would have rather had the roll behind cover.
Just a little roll. Just a 10.
But I think it's gonna be that like feel like 9-5, right?
Like the way Megan's grabbed there?
Yeah.
Just,
I
okay.
think so. Yeah.
So I want to be soft here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Sherry, when she says a little roll, just looking to roll a piece under that guard, doesn't want to roll dead buried or even over roll it, because then you'll see Ashley Howard play the come around.
Yep. Roll the other way. Roll, go. Nice job. That was just a 10, eh?
Same weight here? Yeah.
Another chance for the Howard team to try to roll behind cover.
Whoa.
Hair less.
Good 10. Close. Good 10. Go.
Close.
10.
Yep.
No!
Whoa.
No!
Whoa.
Makes the hit.
Gotta go. Shot.
Gets a roll towards that guard. She might have a bit under the guard.
Still very accessible, though.
What kind of weight?
Exposed there.
There's a look at it. She can see about 3/4.
Like this is off the line, but I gave you like that much ice, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I hit something. I think off the line.
Easy 10?
No, I think a 10, Nance.
Okay.
It will curl.
Yeah.
So a difference between easy 10 and 10.
10.1.
10 here, guys. I'd really like to stick around somewhere.
Yeah.
But let's make sure it goes away.
Yeah, get rid of the yellow.
If I roll it. It looks like a lot for a 10, but that's what I gave Nancy, and she nosed it, so.
Well, rocks have curled off the line all week
Like
long
a
here.
hair lash.
I think Sherry's pretty good with that broom.
The one thing that Sherry does well is read ice. So I would pretty much trust what she has.
How you been throwing your 10s is fine.
Well, and reading the ice is half the battle. It's then matching it with your players' releases and tendencies and getting that all put together so that you get the results you like.
No.
You're right, Sherry's been a wizard at that
Megan, you gotta
for
go.
a long time.
Hard, Megan.
Can't touch center.
Hard,
Can't touch
Megan.
center. Can't touch center.
Hard. Good, that's fine.
Makes the hit, but not going to keep the shooter in play.
For speed here. Look down the middle. It's close, eh?
I like the weight. Yeah, the weight was close.
Yeah.
Gives the Howard team a chance to get around there, seeing if they
Yeah.
can get their deuce back right away.
I'll let her know. Just sink one around here.
Yeah. I like it.
Taking 4 feet
From your LSD?
from my 7 rock in that practice.
Yeah, we agreed.
Like, I think you can probably get that 7 rock there, but.
Yeah, we're same page.
You heard Ashley Howard say she thought it was a lot of weight, but that rock started to curl early.
Yeah, just that. It's going hard.
Will end up on the guard and well short.
Yeah, I did. On the other side of the button. Really curled. How does that look to you?
I think so.
I mean, I want to get by. If
Now
I stick
here's
out
the thing.
half, make a shoot out.
They did say she's soft, released it on the one last end, but that's your first shot 2 ends in a row that far over curled what you had in mind, and she thought she was heavy when she let that one go, and it's well short of the house. Do you
I
start
know
to
it-
wonder about the stone?
Shouldn't be too
It
bad.
wasn't this stone, it was her last stone in the first end. And this is her
Oh, that's
first stone.
true, yeah.
So different rocks unless they switched them.
Well, that's a possibility as well.
Jimmy, that was a 15-6 and they yeah.
So Sherry looking at getting around,
Yep.
making Ashley
7.
hopefully force her to 1 is what she's thinking.
Only
Yes!
1. Line only right now.
Okay. Yes.
Line
You're
6.
okay. You're okay. Put on the tee.
5, 6.
Tee.
T line.
7.
Tee. Put it on the tee. Tee line. Okay. Good.
Whoa.
Look at that rock go at
Yes,
the end. I mean,
look where it came
she
out.
just came by the guard and
tight.
More than open, plus almost another rock on the other side.
If there wasn't a second guard there, you'd have room to hit and roll in off that.
Oh, easy.
A little bit buried.
Yeah, maybe there. Right,
Okay, we got the draw of the button. Nice.
Yeah, you bet.
And here's a good example of the difference between the ice today and even the ice yesterday. Heard Ashley say this is the ice she took for the draw to the button prior to the game. She's got almost 6 feet of ice here, whereas we were looking at 4 feet of ice yesterday on a draw.
What?
6 feet, and you have to make sure you have a firm rotation also, or else you're going to catch that curl too soon and it just goes away on you.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Needs a bite of the forefoot here to pick up her single point. This rock's really curling.
Hard! Hard! Little more.
Good sweeping by the ladies.
Brings it into the forefoot, does get her single point.
I got it.
Sherry Anderson will have last rock and a 1-point lead when we come back.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, proud sponsor of the men's tankard. Today's the day.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Welcome back, and here we are with our scoreboard review. Over on sheet 1, a massive triple by Michelle Englot on her first shot, set up an open hit and stick for 2 points. They've tied that game, playing the third end. Hammer back to Williamson.
On our feature sheet, we saw Ashley Howard draw for her 1 point. So, score there, 2-1 for Anderson over Howard. Anderson will have hammer here in the third end.
Penny Barker had a half rock hit to try to score 3, possibly even 4. Overcurled a little bit, jammed a back one, and was still able to count 2 points for a 2-1 lead.
And it was Amber Holland with a steal of 1 in the second end. Make that score 2-0. Amber over Mandy Seltzer.
So that was a very nice sweep by the team Howard front end there. That was a big point to get. Don't want to be facing a 3-0 deficit early in the game like that. So game back on. Confidence there for Ashley, knowing that she made that nice draw to the forefoot.
It's pretty good for T. It's close.
Well, and we've seen this quite a few times, the way the Anderson team calls this. When they're up, the opposition have that nice center guard. They go to open side. Ashley choosing to ignore it and plays back towards the center.
Kim, that was a nice catch by you when I mentioned that Ashley Howard came up short on that stone, realizing that it wasn't the same stone, or at least not in the same order she threw in the first end. But I did happen to notice between ends, of course the teams, they've got 30 seconds between ends and they will tend to huddle up and discuss a few things, and I noticed Russ Howard out with them, and he had the notebook out. So I wonder if they're not questioning the rocks.
Yeah, it could be for sure.
I got less.
And you know what? If there's even the slightest inkling you want to address it, catch it early. So if you're thinking it, by all means, make some decisions and move them around.
Got her on top of ours, right?
I'm still trying to think. We had a game earlier in the week with Amber Holland, and I'm pretty sure it was Yellowstones, but I can't remember which sheet it was on.
Pretty good.
And they were saying that
No, that was sheet
That
one.
was sheet one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sheet one yellows have been causing grief for a few of the teams that are out here. I know a couple of teams have been going into sheet one yellow rocks and switching rocks around before they even start, based on what they're hearing in the locker rooms and what their coaches are scouting for them.
And certainly not to imply that there are major differences between these rocks, but if a pair's not exactly matched, you might want to switch them around. I think Amber Holland in that particular game, she had one rock that would curl a little bit more, and she saved that for when she needed to play come-arounds. But she specifically kept that. That wasn't the 7-8 she was even throwing that game. She picked a pair where she knew she had one that she could get a little bit more curl with if she needed it. Every team will manage their stones a little differently.
Well, and you know, Ashley's team, coached by Russ, they're gonna have some good scouting, and they'll have some good rock management for sure.
Yeah, he was probably one of the first, if you think about it, that really got into managing the rocks.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then, of course, there's no one like Jules Ochar with Kevin Martin, and now with Brad Gushu. Kind of hailed as the master of that.
Nice hit and roll in behind cover there. Sherry Anderson lining up the double peel now. This is the 6th rock of the end, so she can start moving these guards. And if she hits it just right, might be able to run it back on that stone at the back of the forefoot. Makes the double peel, does stuff it on the one at the back, but it'll stay right there.
Mission accomplished, though. It opened up the whole front.
Yeah, really, if you move that rock to the forefoot, that's a bonus. Actually, probably a little unfortunate to run it back like that and stick it exactly right there. Not to get it to roll even a foot over would be nice.
Off, Court. Court. What? You gotta go. Court.
Okay,
It's fine. Doesn't really change much.
just big.
Yeah, and
Well, the hit made, but with a rollout,
I think 10's
Sherry
okay.
Anderson a
Solid
chance
10.
to make a play on the only remaining stone in the rings.
straight up.
And even more importantly, now she has the blank alive for this odd end.
Clean.
Easy, clean.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Nice throws, Meg. Very nice. Nice double kill.
Yeah. You got it. Whoa.
Just a hair.
Whoa. 9-6.
Yeah.
Well, and another rollout. Sherry Anderson will continue to bring the play in the rings. I think this is the odd even end thing. I think if this was the even end, she might throw the corner guard here.
Maybe.
5-6. Make sure, guys. Make sure.
Running a bit.
Yep.
Did
Well,
that
it's one
sound
of
like a
those-
confident answer?
Make sure. 7 with a sweep.
But even if it was the even
think you gotta
end,
go.
throws, you know, you've only got 3 rocks left after
Yeah, okay.
you put up that corner guard. The opposition might just decide to go in behind and try to get that force too. So gain that cat and mouse type of strategy.
Probably like 10 of them, hey?
No. Yeah, we're out wide. 9. Take your time. Rock first.
Clean.
Here's off.
Yep.
Here's
Yep.
off. 9.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
This time able to stick around on the hit, and it'll force Nancy Martin to make a play on that stone.
9.5, Nance.
I got an 8-9 on that.
Yeah.
Put this off at least.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Just clean.
Just clean. Just clean.
Clean. Go ham. Go ham. Good shot. Go nice throw. Go ham.
They're not having any fun out there at all.
A little bit of a different demeanor than it was in the first 5 ends of the last game.
That's right. So Sean asked if we thought they were keeping that momentum going from that game, and clearly they decided that being tense and uptight wasn't working well for them.
Well, it's almost a, the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well,
Yeah.
which came first, the confidence or playing well? Because that's what happened this afternoon. They struggled through the first half of the game, and then once they started to play better, everything else changed. Their whole
Falls
demeanor
into
changed.
place. Yeah, and that's part of the mental strategy and the psychology in this game too. Sometimes when things aren't going well, you have to fake it till you make it, and you have to pretend that you are the confident, positive thing, and the positive things will happen.
I think it does all
But
the same.
it's sure a hard thing to do sometimes.
Nance's wasn't too big. This was a 8-7. Nine. Yep. Just clean. Yep.
Whoa,
Just
big,
clean.
little big, Nance,
Whoa.
little big.
Whoa.
Big.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
Sherry makes the hit, but the shooter will roll out of the rings.
Huh?
Gives Ashley a
8-7.
practice shot to the rings here.
Yeah, just the one stone in play at the moment. The one of those yellows that was double peeled earlier in the game, early in the end. Didn't make it all the way out of the play, but
I just want to be right.
it's so far off to the side you couldn't even come close to burying a rock without being out of the rings.
I'm 6 feet more than my draw.
I think it was pretty good. I don't think so, Ash.
Good, Jordan.
T-line.
Really curly.
Weight's good.
Really curly.
Going sideways. Okay, T-line. 14-1. Yeah, weight's nice. Really lost this spin. Good, Ash. Good.
That's one that Sherry doesn't.
Well, according to that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. Don't worry.
Same weight.
Heel.
Now I want to know where you were going with that.
I think you had last rock confused, did you?
I did.
Heel, guys.
So, there's a good view of the crowd here tonight. Sherry throwing the outturn peel here. Flanking from the high side.
Nice thing for Sherry. This is basically the same shot she just threw. A little closer to the middle, but
Yep.
doesn't have a very long roll to get out, and they've jumped this one right away.
Whoa.
Ah, sorry.
Thinking about trying to go the other way, but I think it's too late for that. Makes the hit, rolls her shooter to the back of the forefoot. She'll take her single point here in the third end, and a 2-point lead into the fourth.
Totally my first time. I'm very excited. Don't worry, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna throw the rock to practice, and then we're gonna actually play a game. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
be better. Yeah. Could have been better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Well, the third end just completed on all of the games here in Sunday night action. Let's quickly update all of the scores.
Yes, I'm just waiting for confirmation, but Rayanne Williamson had a open draw to the 8-foot for 2 points. I believe she made it, but I will double check that. That would put that score at 4-2 if that's indeed the case.
And we saw on our feature sheet that Sherry nosed her blank attempt, so 3-1 Anderson over Howard.
Waiting for the scoreboard here also on sheet 3, there were about 6 different rocks all piled around this button and 4-foot area. Kelly Schaefer came down, moved about 4 of them all around. I'm not sure who scored. I think it's only 1 point either way. We'll wait for the scoreboard to let us know what happened.
And on sheet 4, Mandy Seltzer happened to crash on a guard, and it was a steal of another 2 points for Amber Holland, so 4-0 Holland over Seltzer. Back on our feature sheet, you see that Anderson went top 4. Ashley threw the corner guard, and here's
All right,
Anderson's
that's not
next shot,
terrible.
right to it.
I told her I like that better than a 2. I said sliding in would be better than a 2.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, but
So sounds like from the discussion that the call there was to be a tight guard.
I think so.
The tolerance was to be in.
According to Nancy.
Yes, and that's, it's difficult when you're the thrower in the hack. Your skip's giving you 1. You know you've got a little bit of room, a foot or 2 on rock placement for the distance, but that's 8 feet difference of a 2 to it's okay to be in. And that's not a good thought process sitting in the hack.
There's a nice shot by the Howard team to roll behind the corner.
Quick look over your shoulder to count it's only 4.
Yeah, so you can't attempt the back one and miss on the pro side and hit the guard on your way by because it goes back.
I think it's pretty up to speed here. Yeah, too. I think so.
So asking for the guard.
lots of room right now. 2. Yeah, we want a 3. I don't want a 2.
Okay, you gotta throw.
Hard.
It's gonna be slower.
Hard.
Well, and they won a 3 because A, the scoreboard, they're 2 up. But the other thing is the ice is this swingy that with a 2, you can be fully buried and still.
Well, and we saw the last end how you can over bury, come out by about 2 rock widths.
So we're about to see that here, although you can see half of the back one.
And in this case, I think she's looking to roll all the way in behind the corner guard, not stay right there.
The way they're staggered, can she roll behind her own over in the corner, or does
She can go behind her own. She could get behind the red one too, but I think the call was to go behind her own.
I'm just wondering if she rolls beside her own or behind it.
Oh no, it'll be behind it.
Oh yeah, I see. Or leave them like that.
Or it'll leave a double.
Yeah, not what you wanted. Although they're not playing the double, they're playing the hit and roll behind.
Yes! Hard line! Hard line!
Megan doesn't look happy with the way she released that rock, and you heard the sweep call come on immediately.
Whoa. Oh, man. Okay, she's way tight. Is that rock that much heavier, or is she just, I don't know, kicking
What are you seeing out of her hand?
Tight and light. Like half bad combination. Yeah. Sliding tight, throwing
Top
it
12.
tight, and no weight. Well, top 8's the perfect. Yeah, top 12, top 8. Yeah, but tolerance is light for sure. This should be a good pass.
Well, two things that came out of that. First of all, Sherry said tight and light, but she also asked, is that rock just that
Yes,
heavy?
she did.
So I think it's a rock they were already keeping an eye on.
I thought top 12.
And that's an unfortunate thing as a second if you're already struggling, and then they're going to give you the rock they don't think
you
is any good.
Exactly. That's why it's always hard for those seconds.
Top 8. Mine's green.
You got to be the best player in the world to play second because you always get the bad rocks.
Is that the way it works?
Yeah. The really good players play second.
I thought maybe it was you had to throw them so ugly it really didn't matter whether your pair matched or not.
Perhaps. All right, looking to hit the one they can see and corner on the other one.
You're not going to be shot, but that's fine. Yeah. Just get on the corner of this.
Yeah, the positioning of that stone actually
Mom? Okay.
might have let Sherry Anderson off the hook here a little
I
bit.
was just going to say that returning the favor here. Because we know it curls enough that you can certainly get rid of that yellow, and if you just sit right on top of the corner of that second shot, takes away the one that's biting the 12-foot.
They called the sweep on right away on this stone as well.
No roll. Good.
Great sweeping on that. And good shot by Nancy.
Okay, that's.
Yes, that didn't get by that guard by very much. That would have been, and if she would have touched that guard, it would have hardly moved it over, and Ashley would have been in really good shape.
Yeah, we're shot.
Okay.
That look probably says exactly what we were thinking about how much trouble she would have been in if they had just feather tipped that front guard.
Don't you think? Are you wanting to unlock it? Do you want to tap it an inch?
I don't think this red one's ever gonna go.
Okay.
Just because now then we shoot it into that.
Right. Yeah. So just freeze?
I'm not sure it helps.
Oh.
Could go back 4 here,
Okay.
but that's all we got.
I'm okay with either.
Okay.
For a second shot?
Yeah. Yeah, back 4, second shot. Just bite.
I think a little heavier here.
Wow. I don't think we've seen the broom there yet this week.
No, but they're trying to get to the 4-foot on the same side. You know it's going to finish.
Well, you'd like to see it finish into that center line, because if they do take the other turn, give themselves lots of ice, but it ever over curls past where that red rock is on that 8-foot, you're never going to get that rock back into play.
Don't think you can get there from the other side because of that red guard that we see now. By the time you're past that stone,
You'd be losing your line to outcount the one on the red, so
Nice shot. Well done.
couldn't have walked that one down better.
No, well thrown by Courtney.
Somebody give the girl a high five. That's amazing. Oh, there's nothing else.
I don't think ever.
Yes!
Whoa!
Yes!
Whoa!
makes the hit, does roll out. I think that was the call. I thought I saw
Did you mean
Sherry signal they didn't want to stay there. They knew that Ashley Howard would just play a freeze tap.
Not much.
So looking to put it back there again.
I think it's no. I thought a lot
less. Little less line.
We got 4. Top 8.
Can't hurt it, guys.
Not there.
They're going to have to go hard on this one.
Keep going.
Whoa, then Ash, wear a guard.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
No rotation on that rock. I mean, being light too, but
You could come around and still be shot. Use
Yeah.
it as a corner. That's all I was in trouble if you do.
I was thinking corner freeze or even that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think she's in trouble if you do, no?
Yeah. I mean, I think
It'll
I think
definitely
I can get there.
You might even be able to.
If I throw like this.
Yeah.
Just can't.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm thinking maybe the freeze is better.
If I do this and go here, it's
not bad.
horrible. But if I freeze, I almost have to corner freeze, and then she can come around it. But then I can blast it.
Yeah. I think I like the freeze. Do you?
Well, I
What
don't
does your
know.
gut
The
say?
freeze isn't getting me anything though, Nancy.
Well,
right?
it's a setup shot, I guess.
Well, but I got to freeze just perfectly here. 'Cause
Okay,
if I
so do you
freeze
like-
there,
what
it's
do you
still
think of
behind
back?
it. Well, no, I
Back
was
line?
just thinking like something like this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it moves in here hard, right?
Yeah. And if I take the guard off, it's not the end of the world, is it?
True.
So,
Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's go.
like back
I
8.
mean, I got mine going a hair, so.
Yeah, you did.
It should be good.
I think
So
back
looking to
8,
come down
guys,
with enough
yeah.
weight to move that.
I think we can nose that the way my other one curled there, easy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And if I
even
wrap
the
on
way-
the guard, it's not the
Not
end of
the
the
end of the
world
world.
because she can't do anything with it. So
No. Yeah.
So there's the full
what do you think? For
explanation.
back
Sherry?
8, back line.
Throw what you gave us for your draw for 2, or even a little less.
Okay.
Back line. Yep.
Yeah, back line.
Yep.
Back
line.
Woo!
Back line up. Megan. Yeah. Go, Megan.
Sweeping for some curl now. Lots of room by the guard.
Off. I don't want to touch it then.
Oh, I think more weight than what they had in mind, but even
Yeah.
a few feet less weight, I don't know if that would have got to the nose, which
Well.
she thought she had available.
She came by that top one by
They'll probably play
a
for
good
that.
foot.
Yeah.
There.
Like an
Oh.
Yeah, they're all day.
Right?
They're all day.
Okay. That line would have been close. Maybe even more. I think even now.
I agree. So just top 4, hey?
Yeah. Well, it's on the tee line, I think.
Okay.
And I think we'll actually be kind of half buried, so that's nice.
Agreed.
Still a little slow, hey?
Yeah.
so do they feel that they can't make this draw with the other turn that they've played twice because of where that corner guard? So she's changed the turn here.
Well, I don't think she wants to overcurl the corner guard coming from the outside and leave a hit and roll through the middle. So if she's going to overcurl,
Line's fine.
she wants to be going towards the corner. It's just debatable whether or not she'll be shot rock that way.
So we've seen two different ways to get to about that same position. She didn't get past that top red corner by very much, just a couple of inches.
I like hack.
Yeah, same way. Okay, buddy. Straight up.
So Sherry Anderson going to make a play on that stone, see if she can pass it through the back of the rings.
Yeah. Get rid of it, guys. I can't be buried and be shot. Yeah. Think hack weight. It should come in there.
Honest to God, thought we were
I got half or third.
So just looking to eliminate.
I think that'll curl enough with hack, eh?
I think so,
My other
yeah.
one curled quite a bit.
If she could stay right there for second shot, she would at least cut the rings down for Ashley Howard for her last one. And that's not insignificant because with where those corner guards are, she can't really get right to the button. She's drawn to the corner of the forefoot either way.
Yeah, this one's moving hard.
Got to get by the guard. Not going to now. Can they get a little fortunate?
Yeah, what's happening over here? Ooh.
Oh, slides by everything. So it'll be a chance for Ashley Howard to draw for 3 here, albeit
they have to figure
not
out
an
how
easy
to
draw.
So again, changing back to the original way that she got into that side 4-foot, playing the wide out turn.
Well, she doesn't have to go into the side out. They moved
No,
that guard over. She's maybe got some room through the middle now.
Hair more, I thought we were rocking sideways. So.
Same weight you just gave us, really.
So going through the port is what?
Yeah, I think so.
So why not just play what you just did?
Well, she almost ran out of rings with what she just did. She's got a little bit more 4-foot this way. It's still, I mean, it probably looks better from the hack, but the way these rocks move at the end, it's still a tight port to get by the corner guard and still get by the red one.
Hard, perfect. We're not there. Line's good. We're not there.
Okay, just leave it.
Just light right out of
Rusher's
her
indicating
hand.
this isn't going to get there. It ends up as a tight guard. But Ashley Howard will pick up her 2 points, and we have a tie game after 4 ends of play.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Moose Jaw.
Well, 4 ends complete, and a lot of crooked numbers up on the scoreboard all the way across the 4 sheets tonight. Let's quickly update all of the scores.
We're still on final skip rocks here on sheet 4. Michelle Englot has a rock buried behind a schmoz of rocks. We'll wait to see how that finishes up.
We did see the draw attempt for 3 a little bit short, so Ashley Howard gets 2 points, ties that game up on our feature sheet.
Penny Barker just made a very nice draw looking at 4 strifle stones scattered all around the top of the, all around the 12 feet. And anyway, she out counted the 4 counters she was looking at, got her point, and it's tied at 2-2 after 4.
And in an end that was all Holland, Mandy Seltzer made a nice quiet hit to get her 1 point, so 4-1 for Holland over Seltzer.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that smoz and smidge are out of the same system of measurement, and I'm wondering now how many smidges in a smoz.
It's very complicated.
Yeah,
Very complicated.
Regina math, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot right now.
Fresh. Yeah.
Little out there.
Thank you. You're okay for line.
Line, guys, line's great.
Whoa. Yeah? Okay. Totally fresh. Okay. 15-2 came up light there, so.
I know, but
I got
she threw
14-4.
lots.
14-4?
I thought it was
I
lots
did,
of
but
it.
on hers?
Yeah.
I was only half watching. 14? I don't think it's that much.
Okay.
I got 15.6 on
I know,
this.
but that we're out there, so. Well, I'll throw what I gave you for.
6 more feet.
Okay, yeah.
6 more feet.
Questioning the difference in draw weight and the different paths here.
A little bit for line. Gotta go line. Gotta go. Hard. Line's good. Hard. Hard. Hard, 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 hard.
Hard, go. Yep. Hard, guys, yep.
Nice line.
Hard, go, get it in. Go, 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 go.
Nice weight too. Great sweeping.
Shot. Like I got. Is that in? 10 on that. Yeah. That's normally back. Yeah.
Okay.
We've thrown 9s here. Okay. 9. Off. Clean. Off. Off. 8.5. Okay.
Makes the hit, but the shooter rolls out of play.
Well, they've seen this now.
I really
They
like
can come
that.
around again. They know the line, they know
Top
the weight now.
4. Okay.
What do you need? Slower rocks? Yeah. You know what you got to throw here, hey?
Time on this.
Yeah.
Well, and they're getting much more comfortable with it. This shot isn't shocking them as much as it was a couple of ends ago. That now that they're getting comfortable with it, it's opened up, you know, a couple more shots that they can play around these guards.
Room.
We're out in the shit.
Room, yep. Yep. Hard. Hard line. Hard line. It's coming nice, guys. Quick. Quick. Get a ball.
Got to get by their own in the top 12.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Great shot, Megan.
Nicely done,
Good,
Megan.
guys. Good shape, guys.
We're coming out this way.
I think you gotta run.
Top 4.
He wants to draw.
So looking at playing to the freeze. One in the forefoot.
I could hear voices, but unless I can see lips move, I can't tell you which one is saying what. But somebody wanted to run.
Was it Fesser or K Fesser?
Well, I'm pretty sure it was a Fesser, but it's hard enough to tell them apart when you can see them. When you're just trying to go off the voice, it's even worse.
Top 8, top 4,
even.
top 4, T.
Whoa.
T.
Off.
Close.
Close.
T line.
Close.
Close. T line. Close. Back 4.
Yep. Yep.
Back 4.
Yep. You gotta go.
Going to plan B,
Yeah,
it just didn't
going
look like it was going to
Okay.
stop in front, so didn't want to bounce off.
Oh dear, but you're
With that kind of
6
weight,
feet
you
in
That's
front
second.
of the rings, and you're calling T-line, and it goes back
Hate to
12.
do
But
this to you, Meg, but I think
they're
you
still
got
getting
it.
fooled by some glide paths here.
5.
Yeah. This.
that's
this
the thing.
spot's-
If you knew as you were
Full speed.
calling the line coming in that it was going to be that
That was
deep,
about the same
you might be okay
time as
bumping off.
yours.
You might have put it behind the T line.
Yeah. No. This is full speed here, though. We go top 8. We need 15, I think. Right? Yeah.
Megan Frericks, another chance to come around. This time from the out turn side.
This is 3. 3. Oh, hard then, guys. Over and off.
Okay, just over and off.
Over and off. Over and off. Whoa. Oh, just leave it. I don't know if we even want it over.
Okay. How far out were you? Here?
So what do you guys think?
Like mine ran nice. Full speed there, no?
Yeah.
Should have been a good spot.
Ash, do you think it's gonna be fresh?
You guys jumped it.
I don't think so. Okay. We've hit here too. Okay, yeah. I
Still
think.
got 2 feet from
I got a good.
Yeah, but it was pretty nice.
So what you were throwing earlier today?
Yeah, same as that.
Top 4.
Whoa. I've got room right now.
Mine only. Back 4. Hold it.
Off, right
back
off.
4, back 8. Back 8.
It's really tracking like it's true.
Back 5.
It's gotta sit. It's big.
Real big. Courtney.
They just seem to be so overly concerned about going out wide like that and thinking that they have to give it more, but it's running just like it is normally throughout the middle of the sheet. So they're talking themselves out of a couple of these shots.
Well, it's both teams wondering about the path, because when Megan Freric's stone came up well short, Nancy Martin, as she was coming through the house, showed where the broom was and said, we should still have been in a good path there, right? So both teams have some concerns about the speed if you get out too wide. Of course, Megan Frericks also has a rock that, while there's a question that maybe she didn't throw it that well last end, we also know from the way they phrased it that it's also a stone that they've got questions about. Because they specifically asked if it was just that heavy. So they think it is heavy, from the phrasing, I think, anyway.
But if Howard's team is timing off of an opposition rock, that they might not be privy to that conversation that it's a bit of a grinder or a heavier stone. Now they're preparing for their shot based on that time, but it might not be accurate because their rock is running differently than the one that they just that Megan just threw as an example.
Okay,
We're not 6.
Yep, 6. Go. Whoa. Okay.
Brings that stone into the top of the forefoot.
Back 8.
Just fully buried.
Your nose, your body, low, so like it's like, is it?
It's back 8? Well, no.
Should be able to get to it with enough weight to move it.
Not the same.
Back 8.
Back 8.
Whoa. Back 12.
Back line. Back 8.
Whoa. Oh.
Back line. Right.
Got enough. Back 4.
Right.
Whoa.
Back 8.
Yep.
Right.
Kaylin, just go. Hard.
Makes the tap, gets it through the forefoot to the back 12.
Nice shot.
So it's Sherry Anderson sitting 1, but that yellow stone at the top of the 8 foot is second shot.
1 and 3. You want to just peel that guard, or? Well, that's what I was thinking.
Just get rid of it.
I think so.
I think so. It's just in the way.
I think so, hey?
Yeah, it's our problem rock. Right now, so get rid of it. Small pullback. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean. Clean.
Whoa.
Nice shot, Nance. Good throw.
Looking to peel that center guard. They make it.
Yep.
Good shot. Is that what you like? I'm not sure. It was like. No. Oh yeah. No. I like it. Well, you can't. You can't get in there and get it. I don't know. On that, like the S. I know. And what does she do? Line. Second S. Yeah. She set me. That's what I think.
Yes, it does.
Are you just
guarding?
Yeah.
I like that.
Another inch.
I like it, Ash.
Going on the little S.
Guard. Pardon me?
Making line to little S, I think. Not quite to center.
Yeah.
No reason
So
to
Ashley
get to
Howard
center.
with her first stone here, just going to guard that.
Okay.
Really nice here.
Yeah.
I think it is. Is it up to last game, or?
Yeah, it is. For sure.
Okay.
She's got the option to try to tap it up, maybe get shot rock. The problem is she'd leave a double if she does that. And there's a few red rocks hanging around that
That's right.
could get brought back into play that way.
2.
Keep it
I
up
kind
there.
of want to go hard.
1.
Really hard to line. Hard, keep it out.
2.
Hard.
They've got to get this over also. It's
Little higher than halfway.
You're not bad, guys. Keep it moving.
Hard,
Hard.
Kaylin, you gotta go.
Hard, you gotta go.
Hard, you gotta go, Kaylin.
Hard.
That's good.
Maybe.
I think it's good.
Maybe close. Just here, right? Yeah. Wow. Good enough, I guess. I'd like to be.
Well, it protects second shot, but it's a little bit wider, and there you can see from that view, Sherry Anderson's got room to draw now.
You need more then, or?
I do need more, yeah. I think they can finish it.
Okay. I don't think it'll be too bad out
Yeah,
here.
it should be good.
So dare I say it's slowing down a bit?
Yeah, right.
What do you think? From here, it looks like there's a hole. I didn't think there was down there.
There is.
I don't like it though, because if I'm curling across and I'm just going to jam it.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's tuck a piece around there as top 4. I got Nancy's at 14.5.
Yeah.
So it's
kind of slowing down a bit.
give it a little bit.
I want to save. Yeah. It's a little bit more than what we've been throwing.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
really much, but.
Doing a reset here, but still so many questions about draw weights here. You know, 5th end, and it's unsettling when you're just not 100% sure of which path you're going to be in.
6. Okay, yeah then.
Want, guys. Line's good.
6, 7. 6, 7.
No, not
7.
a 7.
Yep. Yep.
No.
7, 8. Whoa. Lots of weight. Whoa then. Whoa. Whoa.
Really deep then.
Oh, it's
Really deep then. Go.
she doesn't want to give Ashley a chance to hit off that and sit into the button. So
Or even freeze and be shot rock.
and so it was.
Slid pretty nice.
That one we gotta get around, right? I got 14.10.
Yeah, so that's just room width less than what you just took.
I think it's really nice there. That was a 14.2.
Probably perfect.
Fair
Hey?
enough? Yeah, we're second. Like, I'm comfortable too there. Well, if she freezes it, also, if we're light, it's fine.
You can freeze her. I think it's the one in the house we have to get around.
Totally. Yeah.
So I got a little bit more ice. She was heavy, so I don't think I can go off of that too much.
No, but I think speed should be nice out here. This is kind of where court threw.
Yeah.
So again, sort of the same message, but a little bit more positive phrasing there for Ashley. Clearly, they all understand what each other means by it's nice out there.
Line's good. Line's good.
Wait if you can.
Gotta go. Line's good.
If you can.
Gotta go. Stay on it. Just stay on it. Keep it going. Hard.
Nice line by the guard.
Hard. You gotta go. Hard. Hard. Hard.
You got it.
Brings it by her own stone at the top of the forefoot and does get just far enough in to get shot rock.
Going for it.
Got it.
Yep, it's good. That's not fast. We have. Do you think I'm back line? I shot Ash or hack.
I was thinking half.
Yeah, I like hack.
Back
Good
line, if
sweeper,
I get
guys.
a piece of it, I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't switch there.
I like that, just that little bit more
Sorry.
firmer weight, the hack call, just in case you don't
No.
come up to it quite as much as what you like. You still have to get that rock through the big part of the forefoot here.
A rock.
Do you think you can get through the hole? I don't really like anything else, I don't think.
I don't think through that hole am I gonna.
Well, it's too dangerous because you could do that, I think.
Yeah. You just can't see enough of it.
Pretty easy.
Are they sitting one?
Yes.
Sherry Anderson coming back down. She took a look from the hack and said it was well overburied. Doesn't think she can get there. The port to the top yellow one
I know.
is dangerous.
But it will warp if.
I know, but I can't take this ice and look like a foot past
What
that
else do
guard.
you think?
Well, I can come and just tap this up.
Sure, let's do that. With tap weight out here?
Little less. Heavy draw.
Okay. It's pretty heavy out here.
Just gotta rub ours up there, guys.
Okay.
I don't think that, I mean, I know it warps in there, but I can't look at a foot of ice past that guard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's only about 14 out here. So.
Yeah, 13, 8, 14.
Hairless.
So with draw weight, the red rock that's biting the top 12 foot is an impediment also, but it's going to curl more with just the heavy draw weight. So she should be able to get the curl past that rock in order to get the little bump up that she needs.
Hard! 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 Hard, Megan!
By the guard, but she's got to get by that red stone in the 12 foot as well.
And
does touch the edge of her stone, pushes it to the corner of the button, will pick up her single point, and she'll take a 1-point lead into the fifth end break. Big shot there from Sherry Anderson. And not easy by any means.
One red.
Sweepers made that one. That was a terrific shot. Good throw by Sherry. But
She wants me. Okay.
We've got Kim Hudson down at ice level, and looks like she's standing with Nancy Martin.
No one wanted to talk to me. That was a fantastic shot, and it was a good first few ends. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it's been fun back and forth, and ice is amazing, so it's fun to make good shots like that.
Yeah, looks like you guys are discussing a little more as far as draw weight and different paths. Are things changing a little, or is it just different paths, not consistent rocks?
Yeah, if you get in a fresh path, it's quite a bit different. When you're trying to make that draw on the far side there, it's probably a good be heavier, so just got to think about that.
Okay, so that was a big point here, this last shot of Sherry's momentum, everything else going into the fifth end break. How important was it with that last shot to make that?
Yeah, it was a great team shot, so it helps the team to feel positive moving forward, and we'll put the pressure on in 6.
Sounds good, and I think you wanted to say something further.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to my daughter Chelsea down in Georgia, and to her boyfriend whose birthday it is, Ian.
Thank you. Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, SGI, White Ice at Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, Curling Canada and the 2020 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, CurlSask, SaskTel Max TV, and Realcast Media.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea!
Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Totally my first time. I'm very excited. Don't worry, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna throw the rock, practice, and then we're gonna actually play a game. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
Not bad. Yeah. Could have been better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
'Cause you're here in my house. You're here in my house. Come on in. Bring your friend. Yeah, make yourself at home. Here in my house.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Well, fifth end complete in all of the games here on Sunday evening. We've got the B final as our feature game, 3 C event games on as well, and all of those teams that win will face off tomorrow morning, as well as the loser of this game, the winner going straight through to the Page 1-2 game. Let's quickly update you on all of the scores on tonight's action.
Rayanne Williamson was attempting to blank the fifth end, nosed the shot, scored her single. She has a 5-3 lead playing the sixth end over Michelle Englot.
And we saw Sherry Anderson's really nice shot there to get her single, make that score 4-3, playing the sixth.
Kelly Schaefer from Team Streifel drew the button against a buried Barker Stone, and that game is now tied 3-3, playing the sixth.
And it was a steal of 1 by Mandy Seltzer in the fifth end, make that score Holland 4, Seltzer 2, playing in the sixth. Well, Ashley Howard has the all-important hammer here in the sixth end.
Yep. Good. Really nice. Good call. Good shot. Atta girl.
A couple nice shots there by Shaylin.
She's had a very strong Scotties. Got off to a little bit of a slow start this evening, but certainly caught her stride in the last 3 or 4 ends. But she's been setting up most ends well for the Anderson team, and I think it's a big part of why they're this far along in the B event.
Yes, I agree with you, Sue. She's played very well.
Go. Straight in, get a bite. It's fine. That's good. In. I'd say it's in. You take a quick look. Looks like it. Yep.
We were talking just as we came back from commercial about
good spot here. Yeah.
the B event team going straight through to the
page playoff. Here's how these teams got to this matchup. And we talked at the opening about how well Ashley Howard had started playing in, it was last night, she started she won 3 games in a row just to get to this matchup.
They lost their opener against Rayanne Williamson, and then they've rebounded very well with the 3 straight and playing very well here this evening also.
Is that rock just really heavy? Like, that's not 10, isn't it? Or was it? It just doesn't seem like any weight when it's coming down with the first drop. Okay, like every time. She's throwing it right, or is that rock? It feels fine on her head. That was...
Time clock is ugly. Whoa! Our time clock is ugly right now.
Yeah,
Fast.
Yep.
Little bit.
Yep.
Little bit.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Makes the hit, but will roll past the guards. Does hang on for a bite of the 12-foot.
9.5.
Probably still got a piece behind the wider of the 2 guards.
I think let's just go here.
Yep.
There's a good look at it.
Should be 14-8.
So just playing the come around.
Room.
Don't want
Looks
to.
like lots.
5, 6.
Room.
I don't think it's bad. You can go.
Yep. Lots of room. Still got room.
Gotta go.
From the tee, you just need 5.
5.
Okay, go then. Oh, full, like,
Go, Shay.
full 8. Full 8.
Go, Shay.
Nice shot, Megan.
Okay.
Now that we were
Draw,
talking
Meg.
about that, what was that?
Hey, girl.
No. Her draw. And we were thinking we couldn't get a handle on the 2 rocks. We thought.
Come around it or play the runner. Probably jams if you play it nose.
What do you
Whatever
like?
you like.
But we think it is for hits. Wow. Like that didn't seem like a lot of snap. And she threw a halfway or a bumper weight that hit it, kicked it to the Viterra. Yeah. That wasn't bump. And she's thrown everyone in like. So I'm just wondering, is it doing okay? Okay. So tell her that. Discuss it. And I will try to. She either has to throw more weight than what else. You know, just neither. Have you been getting any times on her? I haven't.
Still a lot of discussion from
Yeah.
the Anderson team about Megan's 2 rocks. Seems
So
like
where
they're
does she
pretty
give
sure
them?
they're different. It's a question of how much.
Right, and that was Sherry said, we need to discuss it, and if that is the case, then she needs to throw it differently. I was asking you, so when you know that your seconds rocks, are you not liking them? What do you do? Where do you put them? Who do you give them to?
Well, it's more you have to adjust. Like you just have to be
manage.
the one
Yeah.
that you have to believe that if this rock is 6 feet heavier than everybody else's, have to put yourself in that mindset of
Throw it harder.
throwing it. Exactly. You've just
Yeah,
got to
no, that's true.
transport. You have to teleport yourself off to a different sheet of ice and just tell you you're not playing the same sheet that everybody else is. Same with if you've got that straight rock that's not curling as much, you can't be as firm on your release. So you have to be the one that adjusts.
Yep.
Okay.
It's hard on the sweepers too, you know, because it looks like your rock is so heavy as you're releasing it on that draw shot. It looks like it's just going to scream through the rings, so they back off, and it's hard. It's the whole team has to adapt to this shot. Then the tricky part is the opposition is trying to figure out what's going on with opposition rocks so that you're not messing up your shots because you're misreading the ice, not knowing that rock is different than the rest.
Yep.
Ashley Howard took a look here at the line.
Hard, you gotta go.
Decided let's play the double. It's flat, but it's there. Comes across, nudges the second stone, and a little unfortunate there, and then the shooter spins up. So it is still the red stone belonging to Sherry Anderson that is shot rock.
Nice throw.
But those Vessers love to throw those doubles in the runs. Those are their favorite shots.
Oh, it looks like a
7,
rocket.
8. Whoa. No.
Where?
9.
No. Watch your feet.
Yeah, can't.
Okay. Shoot.
Nancy Martin, heavy with the draw, slides through the back.
13 shoot. I think I like the red. Same weight. Just here.
She cleans her rock.
Okay, I like that.
Stop.
You got it. Talk first. Strong kick here.
So looking to play the run back on the red onto the yellow-red combination in the house. You'd love to run back your own, but the angle's better on this red stone.
Hard!
Hard.
Hard!
Hard.
Hard! Whoa! 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 Shooter! Okay.
And if you do what she just did, at least it opens it up.
It's good.
And hangs another
Really good.
little biter on the corner.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta be careful now. I can't go too deep or she's gotta double off that.
Can we do this?
Exactly what Sherry just said.
I'd rather draw there.
Okay, let's just go. Right there. Yeah. Okay.
Stay in the inside.
Okay.
Same thing too, depending on how this curl. You certainly don't want to lose too much of that 8 foot as this rock
really
comes
like the
off
hits.
the center line. So have to work hard to make sure you sort of catch full 8 foot. A little closer to the 4 foot's always better.
T line. Just short of T even. Just short of T, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? Because she's got to double off her own.
Okay. Yep.
And this is the nice spot, right?
Yes.
15?
Yes, yes, it's just hot. Good.
It's all there.
Don't want to. 8, 9.
Well, the sweepers have backed away from this one as well. Nancy Martin slid through the back of the rings on hers, and Sherry Anderson looks to have the exact same weight. Slides.
Yeah. I think
past the back
13-2
line.
is what Sherry told Nancy.
I don't hate throwing board at it.
Yeah.
Firm board.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're thinking a 10.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You got it, Ash.
Chance to play the short little raise on her own and sit 4. She probably leaves some kind of a double, but that still leaves her sitting 2 with last rock.
I can't see the angle quite well enough to see if that red's going to clear the back yellow.
Looks like it will.
They certainly called this very early. Bit of a break there.
They're trading opportunities for each other, aren't they?
Yeah, a miss followed by a miss, followed by a miss.
Same
Good
thing,
thing
I'll
Sherry
throw
was
it
heavy on that because
85 feet later.
the shooter would have jammed into where Sherry had wanted to leave her shot.
I
So
like the same thing, Nancy.
fortuitous for Anderson's team, actually, that Sherry wasn't sitting there on that tee line with that particular miss.
I can probably think what all the
Not
other
sure
days
that would have been
passed
the
were.
shot call, though.
No, I don't
That
think
Sherry
so,
made
but
her first one.
A little bit less. Little less. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that was big.
Whoa. Whoa. 8, 9. No.
9?
No.
No. It's curling.
Gotta be here. No.
Looks like it's moving a little differently.
7, 8,
It's caught the curl anyway.
Still cannot touch
Like
it.
to
Still
catch a piece
skating.
of the 8 foot here, though, and this is still sliding.
Boy, she was through the rings on her first one and through the rings again on her second.
This is a weird end. Yeah, this is a little bizarre.
Another opportunity here
Well,
for
I got
Ashley
13-8
to
on
make the
that.
Anderson team pay for that mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little cleaner throw for you
bet.
guys.
You bet.
She said the weight was okay.
Yeah.
Still 10.
You got it.
Again, it's just so good to know how you throw your rock, and now with the correction that Ashley needs to make to throw this little straighter, very aware of the mistake that she made on her first throw. So that self-awareness is really crucial to good performance.
10.
Clean it.
10, 10, 5.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
You gotta go.
Really hard.
You really gotta go.
Hard.
Really gotta go.
Really hard.
Hard, Caleb. Hard.
Overcurled it just a little bit, but makes the raise and able to hold her shooter, so it will be 4 points for Ashley Howard. She jumps out to a 3-point lead as we go into the 7th.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Welcome back, everybody. Scores to report here. Michelle Englot was attempting to draw through a port to catch the side of the forefoot, was just a little bit heavy on that draw, giving up a steal of 1. Rayanne Williamson's team is jumping out to a 6-3 lead.
Well, on our feature sheet, you saw the big 4 points there by Ashley Howard. Score now 7-4, Howard over Anderson.
Penny Barker on her last shot had an angled raise from a rock in the top 12 foot to remove shot stone that was buried. It picked up 3 points for the Barker team, and they've jumped out to a 6-3 lead now to play the 7th end.
And over on sheet 4, it was another steal, a steal of 2 by the Mandy Seltzer team. So that game is all tied up 4-4, playing the 6th end with Amber Holland having last rock.
Running. Easy. Running. 3. Not a 3.
So starting to see some steals out here from teams, and we're starting to see some multiple ends. I think that lends to a lot of the curl that we've seen that's been brought into the ice, and teams are getting a lot of rocks in play and able to get stones buried.
Make for some entertaining finishes to these games.
Well, knowing that you can score multiple points and or put up these back-to-back steals, no lead is safe. And or, a deficit isn't isn't an obstacle that is insurmountable.
You're in my draw path. A little tighter than that. Keep going, keep going. You gotta go hard, you gotta go. We're fine. Good shot, Karen.
Nice shot by Kaylin. Good sweeping there.
Just even, guys. Line's good. 3.
So throwing the other corner guard on the other side.
Should be okay.
Clean, it's coming down a bit. Right here, guys. Line's perfect. Just here. Good, good. Real nice, good shot. Good girl. Top 4, top 12. Top 4, top 12.
I'm going to throw you a 3, but remember...
Well, for Sherry Anderson, she's got the 2 corner guards she'd like. Ashley Howard going to bring another one into the rings, and then Sherry will have a chance to use those guards. Now, do you think she's going to play the hit and roll to use them, or will she just go straight draw at this point in the game?
It depends how good these are, or do you tap them back a little bit too?
We could.
And then get to your corners.
Take a look.
4, 5, to it.
Whoa,
Okay,
no,
to
no.
it.
No.
To it.
Trying to curl now.
To it,
No.
bump it. Bump it.
No. Yep.
No.
Yeah, I don't want it staggered. I don't want it staggered. Let's just throw. Give me bump.
So there's your answer, Sean. Playing the bump, looking to hit and roll behind the corner.
Bump. Clean. 10. Whoa. 10. Close. Yep. Other way. Yep. Hard. Right over. Go now. Go. Good shot.
So, changed the call there partway down, decided to roll the other way. Didn't quite get round, but moved those shots around, and that one behind the tee line will certainly be a help.
Just a 10.
They've already got the play away from the center line, so would have the option now to draw.
No, that was a terrific shot. It's going to help build this end and provide that opportunity to get some rocks going with some backing.
I almost wonder, no matter what happens on this stone, if she doesn't draw around the corner on the other side.
Nice shot. Good. 925.
Because of the jam there.
Because of the jam possibility.
Yep.
It's good speed here, obviously, if it's being done.
Wait only.
We're close.
6. 5, 6 is great. Line's
6,
good.
girl. Yep.
Hard.
Gotta go, you guys. Hard.
We're really curling, guys. Really curling.
Came down hard.
Well, it just adds to their evidence that this rock is really fooling them. It seems to be a lot heavier and a bit of a grinder.
Well, I think it was Megan's first rock. This was her second, but unless they moved them around.
Could have switched them around
They
there.
could've.
Because they weren't worried about that too terribly much. They were calling 5, 6. But still, it's not the worst outcome. She still left the corner guard there.
9.
It's better than going through.
Yeah, and
How's
Ashley
she
attempting
peeling
to
this?
peel this, and it's a little dangerous.
Yeah. Is she going across the top of that
Yeah,
one?
well, if you were worried about this stone, you could peel the 2
I would be
guards,
looking
peel
exactly.
slash the one into the other, and then everything's going the wrong direction to jam.
Just like that. Except they got very fortunate with that break. Still, sometimes those rocks outside of the rings play catcher.
Yeah, I know how it feels right there.
There's a look at Coach Russ.
Bump. Yep.
Watching the
Easy
action.
bump. Yep. Whoa.
Looking to play the hit and roll behind the corner here.
Shay.
Whoa. Yes. No. Sweep it. Straight.
I think they got caught into which way they were supposed to be sweeping.
Makes the hit, but does roll over past the guard. Still in the rings.
Pretty sure it's open.
It's open, yeah. But, when you roll past a corner guard like that, you almost know that no matter what they do here, you're going to have a chance to draw if you want to try and set up 2.
You got it, Court. Yeah, rock first. You got it.
Sorry.
Let's just freeze, I think, Nance.
Nice weight.
Yeah. Caught in between.
Wait only.
Gotta go.
5, 4, room.
5, 6, 6.
Wait only.
Whoa. 6, 7.
Lot of rotation.
Yeah, it's just running now.
It's all here. No.
It's all there.
No.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, Nance.
Just that little bounce off
Yeah.
leaves this red stone where she's going to be able to hit it.
Yeah.
Take it off. Yeah, it's my favorite food.
Thinking 10 with a bit of ice.
Yeah.
Roll your way, Krista.
Yeah. Yeah, like mine actually moved.
Yeah. And you were 925.
And I was wide, yeah. 10, I like it.
I'd like
Well,
to get it out
Kim,
of
that's
there.
sad news for us. Neither one of us won on the 50-50 there. It looks like that a good pot here at the Melville Arena.
Guess we have to show up here to work tomorrow then.
I guess we do.
Close. Yep. Whoa!
Yep. 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 Yep.
Hard.
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 Shooting.
Hard. Oh. Yeah, that's fine.
Makes the hit, stays right there.
That's fine.
Ashley Howard sitting 2.
So that's great to hear, talking to some of the organizers here in Melville, and they've been really pleased with the crowd turnout that they've had, the participation in the items like the 50-50, sponsoring the Melville House, as they're calling the Heartstop Patch.
I just said to them that's where that was going to go.
You know, the funds being raised for the curling club, and that's why you run these events, so that you've got an opportunity to bring some money into the community and keep your favorite sport alive and doing well.
That bump.
Okay.
So Sherry looking to bump this and roll on top of that yellow behind the corner. See if she can get her deuce back.
Bump. Clean. A little bigger than yours, I think.
Close.
Clean. Yep.
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 Hard.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, Shay.
Makes the hit, but stays right there.
Right? Are you throwing a 10?
I'd like to throw a same.
Ashley looking at repeating, doing exactly what she did with her last one. Hoping to force the Anderson team into a single point here.
Same as what I just threw. 9.5.
Nose is nice.
Yeah, actually, Kaylin's way is even better, but
Yeah, agreed.
my job's to make it go away.
You bet.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Little
Yep.
roll.
Yep.
Little
Yep.
roll.
Yep. Little roll. Whoa.
Whoa.
Good.
Real good, Ash.
Makes the hit, rolls on top of her own stone.
Leaves Sherry the draw to the full 8 foot here for a single.
I think this is the same speed as where I threw over here. Like, can I give you 15 and a half?
Girls.
It does. I was just thinking.
Or where can I give you 15 and a half?
Just don't help.
I want something same speed as over here.
I think it's going to be close. 15
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah. This is probably 15. I would say a little better than 15 and a half here.
Nicer than 15 and a half.
15.3, 15.2. Should be okay.
Felt good, but have a look.
So needs to hit full 8 here. Looks pretty good.
Really hard. Hard chase.
Megan's just
Hard
sort of
chase.
cleaning, I think.
Hard chase. Hey, clean.
Nice
Clean.
throw.
Good.
Well, after being a little heavy on a couple of draws in the last end, Sherry Anderson able to make the adjustment, pulls into the corner of the forefoot and picks up a single point.
Welcome back. I'm here with one of Canada's top curlers, Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, fans can get really close to the action at a live event. Do you think that's unique to the sport of curling?
Go, Chelsea! Yes.
At least she's okay. Experience the Scotties Tournament of Hearts live. Buy tickets now at curling.ca.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Well, Michelle Inglot staying in this game here on the 7th end made a very nice hack weight, delicate removal of a Williamson stone that was corner frozen to one of hers on the side button. Stayed with her shooter and counted a big 2 points. Still trails though, 6-5, Rayanne Williamson over Michelle Inglot.
And we saw on our feature sheet that nice draw by Sherry for her singles. So the score is 7-5, Howard over Anderson. Howard does have the important hammer here in the 8th end.
And the Streifel team also answered the Barker team after their 3-ender. Kelly Schaefer had a very takeout to clear some rocks in the back of the rings and stayed for 2 points, and a 6-5 score there for Penny Barker.
And it was a nice shot for a single point by Amber Holland to get 1. So the score there, 5-4, playing the 8th end for Amber.
This is certainly the stage of the game where the tension starts to roll in for those teams that are in the C event. This could be your last game, and for the teams that are on this B final, you're getting close to possibly being in that page 1-2 game. So this is where, you know, say the everything gets amped up just a little bit. It's controlling the adrenaline right about now, controlling those emotions the best that you can in order to stay focused and calm for your shots.
That's right, and that was a very nice tick shot in the shot before there by Kaylin Skinner, looking to repeat it again.
Pardon me? She's throwing a little less weight. I didn't mind it.
Same weight. Same weight.
I've got ice for the same weight.
Yeah, girl.
Same? Yep. Foot less. Foot less. Oh, close. 2 feet less. Close.
No.
Coming off.
No.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa. Off. Shooter.
2 in a row, nicely done by Kaylin.
Nice shots. She's so into it.
She's icing her for that though.
Yeah.
Looking at throwing another center guard here.
Yep, it's there. Shades rock if you have to. It'll go. Right here, guys. Good.
The timed okay.
We're still discussing that first rock of Megan's.
It's weird. I don't, yeah.
Throw me peel.
Shot. Yeah.
So the Howard team now looking at peeling. Have to be a little bit careful how this comes off or where they hit it.
I think Ashley was looking to see if there was any chance to get 2 of these. You'd have to be a little bit thin on the first one, and you're risking bringing it back into the rings.
Whoa! Shooter! Shooter! Good.
Real nice, Chris.
Just by the other stones.
Good shot.
Nice peel.
Okay. Same thing.
Good hair higher.
Putting it back there again.
The 1, 2, right here, guys.
It's gonna have to curl. I'm gonna get it over.
Gotta go hard.
Here's that hog line.
Good sleeping. Same thing.
Same. Yeah, you got it.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Yep. Really hard. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. Shooter.
Makes the hit. Does jam on one of those stones. Comes a little closer to the center line.
Not much I could do with it. I could have tried to put it through the hole, but that was pretty ballsy.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's really feeling for her.
I don't think yours is like everything in the world to jam on.
True.
So looking at replacing the center, making the peel difficult.
I think actually she tapped off center this time. She wants to try to protect the stone that was just spun in there. Maybe feeling that if that's the best she's going to get, she wants to keep it there.
Just here to my broom. Yep. Gotta go. Over and off. Over and off. Over and off.
Whoa.
Throw.
Feel that tight one?
Thinking of this guy.
Yeah, we like that.
9?
Yeah. Guard's fine.
Yep. 9?
Yeah. Little curl here.
You got a court. Rock first. To 9.
So we're asking Courtney to remove that one, that she can see partially.
9-5.
Whoa. Yep.
9-5. Yes.
Hard.
Shooter. Hard. Shooter.
Got to roll the yellow in. Nicely done by Courtney. Just like they called.
Great shot for it.
Anderson team looking at replacing that now.
Couple more feet.
Trying to put it in a spot where there might be some jams available. Just a reminder for everyone, our next game on SaskTel Max will be the Page playoff games tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. start.
A little higher than that. Right here. Just here. I'd like it. Yeah, that's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice shot, Nance.
Nice shot, sweet.
So you wonder when Ashley's going to just stop peeling.
I only have half.
Perhaps now. Because I don't think you can triple peel and roll your shooter away from all of that.
Some time.
Down to just a few
Timeout, please.
few rocks left, and I think we're going to hear Russ's words of wisdom.
Yeah, I think it comes down to here. She doesn't think she could see enough of that tight guard to make the double peel this time.
Nope.
She might stuff it and bring it back to the middle. You
That's
don't want to do
right.
that. So what do you want to do?
What?
Kind of leaning towards Ron.
Same. It just kind of looks like it's set up to jam and spill.
Yeah, I don't know how you make it. Really.
Yeah,
If you
really.
papered the guard, you might make it.
But
then what? You roll
I
from
still
center.
think it's but for what purpose?
Right.
We have hammer, we're
Right.
playing to the wing.
So, what do you think?
Around it?
Yeah, go around, but you got to be light, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I
Like
think
top
it's-
8? I'm thinking top 12, just
Yeah.
3/4 open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
love it. I love it.
I'm thinking
Edge of 8.
Well, that's for Ashley.
Okay.
Maybe middle of 8 for me, Ash?
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking around there. It's really quick to the wing this way. I don't know about this way. The hits are really curling.
Keep in mind, it's not really to the wing. It's center line almost all the way.
So do you think I think it'll be okay. Like, Sherry got to edge of 4 on her draw,
I'm more
and
worried
hers
about
was a
speed.
14.
Ash through here.
14.5.
Yeah, it was nice. I think
That's
I
right.
think I'll
I through here.
I'll aim to throw like top 8 and hope it comes down a foot. Yeah, hey, I like it.
It felt good to me when I threw here 3 ends or 4 ends ago. Right? We drew here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It ran nice.
It's going to be more ice than me though.
Yeah.
So this is a matter of
Which I
getting
think
there
will only
first,
be
choking
better.
this shot off, because you know this is what Sherry wants to
I
play.
think it's
So
going to be good here.
get there first.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's good, like normal speed here.
But still that 2 feet, like I
What it's been all game. Yeah, for top 8.
Little big. Little big. Hard line a little.
Top 4!
We're big at. Off.
Top 4! Back 4! Back 4!
All the way through the 4 foot.
Top 8! Top 8!
Well, Ashley's calling the audible quickly, and rightly so. You don't want to leave it anywhere where the Anderson team can use it. So
Keep going.
keep on going. Back 12 is great.
12 foot. Go, 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 go.
Not necessarily great, but better than anywhere shorter, just over the tee line.
Doubting the weight, and the result was, she didn't want to leave it short and set up a center guard, so overcompensated and added about 6 feet that clearly was not necessary.
Yeah, for sure. Right here? I mean,
Shoot, faster than I thought. Sorry.
no. That's okay.
I think I need a little more. Can you bring it up in front of those?
So opportunity now for the Anderson team to get around there, bite the 4 foot. You know it's going to bury.
It's nice here. Pretty good. Got a nice release.
Five, 6.
Yep.
5.
Gotta go a bit.
Yeah. Gotta be a 6. 5. Hard.
Room.
Line sounding nice.
Room.
Shay.
Hard, Shay.
Oh, Shay.
A lot of room by the guard.
Hard, Shay. Hard.
Go, 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 go.
They're just going to keep on going, hoping to get it close to the back one, but more so trying to bury part of it.
Good angle onto the back one, and if you jammed it, it would count out those other 2.
Like an 8? Less.
Less.
Yeah.
I'd love to nose it, Court, but does it help us?
Not totally.
I think that's actually better. And if it glides like yours and we play the freeze, like we're shrinking our scoring area, but it doesn't really matter,
It's nice
does it?
there. I think you can get to nose.
I got
15.
probably, but leaving my shooter right on the tee doesn't really help.
Not totally.
You get to nose and you get to count a few more, but you know what? That Sherry's going to freeze right to you, and it's not going to matter.
Draw passing.
No, that's right. And this whole objective, if they can't count 2, they certainly want to count
I'm not
1.
sure hitting it helps us, even if I could.
They're doing it again.
So I think we go top 4 so they can't.
Yeah.
And if it glides like Courts, then freeze is fine.
Okay, so we're aiming for top 4.
Yeah.
I got it.
How fast do you think it really is?
Like, I actually think it's nice here, like draw path.
Okay.
Similar to the one.
Yeah.
Guys, I gave you a lot there.
7.
5 feet.
T-line. To it.
Nice.
We're to it.
Whoa! Off for line.
Don't got any of it.
Top 4.
No backing. No backing.
Gotta go here.
Just to my broom. Line
line's perfect.
Straight for line.
Peeling in. Well, talk. Peeling in. Just
No.
Whoa.
Gotta sit. Sit, baby.
Actually came by the guard a little tighter than Sherry Anderson's.
Just
And
barely. Did she hang on?
I
Shot
don't know
wrong.
if she's got shot. I don't know if it matters. Sherry Anderson's got to play the same shot regardless.
Does look like yellow.
Yep.
But Sherry's got a great opportunity now to freeze in there and force Ashley Howard to taking a point.
Sit on it, just as long as we're shot, guys. Yep. You know, similar, we just won't pound it. Like,
Yeah. I'll try to give you this. I like so. It's nice here. Oh, this is just so bad right here. Sticky.
Feeling a little flat right in front of the hacks.
Sherry Anderson with her final stone here in the 8th end of play. Trailing by 2, looking for the corner freeze.
Yes! Hard 10. Yep, 5.
Hard! Hard line!
Where? Hard!
Hard! You gotta go!
Hard!
You gotta go!
Hard!
Hard!
Gotta
You
go
gotta
for line, gotta go for weight as well.
Okay.
Looks like it's over curling as well as a little
Came
short.
up short.
I think that gives Ashley a draw for 2.
Oh, have fun, buddy.
It's good weight. No. It's different, Cheryl.
Exact same. Same everything. Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't think a little slide quite as great, but that's perfect weight then.
Exactly. You got it at.
Lighter.
We're lighter.
Good.
But I liked it.
Yeah, I don't think we can hurt
Can't
it.
hurt it, guys.
The curling.
Seriously,
Yeah,
gotta
You gotta
go.
go, Caitlin.
Really curling.
You gotta go, Caitlin.
In the forefoot.
Look up.
Hard.
Ashley Howard with her final stone of the 8th end. Counting 1 now. Needs to bite forefoot to get her to deuce.
Clean. Good.
Nice
Boy,
shot.
look at the finish on that.
Sweeping.
She actually came down to the red one.
I almost
Curled
got
hard.
to get the red
Nancy
one.
Martin taking a quick look at it.
Good shot.
And she does concede that it is a deuce. So Ashley Howard now with a 4-point lead as we begin the 9th end of play.
We all dream about our future. It takes only a moment for those dreams to shatter. My daughter's dreams are over. She lost her life using her phone while driving.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Everybody, we've got some 8th end scores to report on. Rayanne Williamson needed a nose hit double for 2. It didn't curl quite enough. resulting in a steal of 1 for the Michelle Englot team. We are now tied at 6-6 playing the 9th end.
And you saw Ashley Howard's big draw for 2 in the 8th. Puts her 4 up playing the 9th end against Anderson in our feature game.
I'm not sure what happened on Penny Barker's last shot here. I think she had a hit for 1, but I didn't see. Oh, and they've got a measurement. So we're waiting for results there on that game.
And on sheet 4, Mandy Seltzer had a nice draw against a few there for 2 points. So she's up 6-5 over Amber Holland. And back to our feature sheet, we see Ashley Howard's team being 4 up playing 9 there, throwing them through. Anderson team is throwing 1 corner, now throwing the corner on the other side.
Well, if you're willing to allow them to have the 2 corner guards without putting anything in play yourself,
Steven is good.
you're at risk here giving them the 3 points they need to close to within 1.
Let it curl. Let it curl.
There are a couple of different strategies for playing ends like this when you've got a bit of a lead, and some teams like to put that first rock in the top 4 foot and then throw a second one through. Others like to throw the first one through and then put the second. Lots of teams still want to get something in on that top 4 foot and really keep the pressure on any rocks that do get behind those corner guards.
One more throw through, and now we've got 5 rocks down. They'll be able to start peeling on the next one. Before they get to do that, Megan Frericks, another chance to see if she can get this stone into the position they'd like.
Too close. Is it? 5. Clean. Clean. 7. Just a 5 is great, guys. Just great. 7.
A 5 is great, but I'm telling you, we have a 7.
So they are putting a score up on the Penny Barker. She made her hit for 1 and won the measurement for the second counter, so it will now be 8-5 for Penny's team over Team Streifel.
Nice draw there by Megan Frericks. It's buried. So Ashley Howard will ask
Really gotta go.
Krista Fesser to peel that corner guard.
Yeah, here's the first of, I was going to say the first of many peels we're about to see, but
I thought her weight was down
there.
Yeah,
Oops.
weight was down
Yeah.
a little bit from previous peels that she has thrown. Just enough to make it come up for the nose.
Well, and there's the one miss you need to bring
Get
3
3.
into the equation.
Theoretically.
You'd like it later in the end. This you're asking for a
It's a
lot to
long
hold it this long.
Yeah.
That's the thing when you're looking to score 3. At some point in time, you're going to have to group your rocks, and you could leave a double.
Like, I can understand Ashley's theory of throwing both those rocks through, you know, so she could have that inside out or the outside in short side peeling attempt. But by putting your rock on the top 4 foot, you do change the way you make your peels. You've got to do it center line out. And some teams aren't comfortable with that angle
regardless.
or that style of peeling. You know, this is the natural side where Ashley's holding it now, so you roll your shooter to the short side. So that's a skill set that needs to be worked on, is where you're comfortable where that broom's on the center line side.
Little down.
Off.
Little down.
Off.
Catch it.
Just about ran it in, but still accomplished the removing the corner guard.
Same thing, Knox.
Wasn't as big of a peel. Chris is just curl more. Yeah. Speed nice. It's nicer. Okay.
Nancy Martin will look to put that corner guard back.
Nice shot.
I'm thinking the same thing. Okay.
Looking at peeling again, but peeling into these ones in the ring, hoping to perhaps catch one.
I'm going to throw a little more weight. Pardon me? More weight. More weight. Okay. So how's that look then?
Yeah. You got it, Court. Rock first.
Heel? Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Yep. Hard.
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 Hard. Shooter. Shooter.
Okay.
Makes the hit, drives it through the rings.
Okay. Good. Yeah, same thing. Good, Court. Same.
Hold on, you can be tighter, guys.
Whoa.
It's got to curl. It's wider.
Whoa, whoa.
It's a lot wider.
A little higher. A little higher right
Yep.
now. You can go, yeah.
Go, Megan.
Hard. Hard. Where is it, at 2? Got to curl. Whoa. Whoa.
Finish it.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Really nice. Good shooting.
I thought it might have been tempting there to go around the corner guard again.
Knows it?
Ashley's only got 2 rocks left. You go around the corner guard, she's going to hit the open one. That doesn't give her enough rocks to peel that other corner guard and go after those ones. If she ever rolls out hitting the open one, you might actually get a chance to set up 4.
Just kill it. You rack, that's great.
Yeah, I was about to say you get 3 this way as well.
You can get 3 this way.
Maybe for second shot. I think that's it.
What kind of
Feel.
Okay.
If we rack, it's good.
Pardon?
If we rack, it's fine.
Yeah.
Attempting to
Go
play
after
the back one.
We catch the front, it's fine.
Well, you have to be very careful. If you're going to rack on that red one, you better hit it thickly because you don't want it getting just ticked in to the rings and getting caught on that other 12-foot one.
Really can't see it like that. Just say nose it, but nose? I think we're playing the angle raise again. That's what I heard her say, yeah. Okay.
Ashley got to the hacks. Doesn't look as good as it did from the other end.
We're playing angle raise again, right?
Okay.
This is always a good move. If you don't like what you're seeing in the hack, come back down, reset, make a new decision.
I'm not sure she could see as much as she thought she could when she went to the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And I can see like an inch of it.
So often you see
an inch isn't big.
Yes, exactly. But you know, so often you see the shot changed from the hack, and they just that it's just not setting you up for success.
I like
Come
this.
back down, call it,
Yeah.
follow your same routine.
Peel. Yep. Easy peel. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard.
Hard.
Good, Ash.
Good sweep, bud.
Yeah, that's great.
Makes the hit on the corner guard, but it
Mine gets
drives it by the
Oh, yeah.
rock in the rings.
She might just hit the open one.
You know she's hitting the open one, so just
I don't want to set up a double.
No, I know. That's why I was thinking go back here, sure. She's going to go after one of the open ones, either that one or that one.
Yeah, but
And
do I
then-
leave her? I mean, if she's got all of this, why set up a double?
Do you ever go right here? Well,
No.
she's got that wide open. We got to put it in the rings.
No, I'm going in the rings.
Well,
But
you
is it?
could go here, sure.
Well,
Or here.
I mean, I don't mind that, but that's pretty precise.
They did call timeout.
I don't want to just.
Gerald
'cause this is
Shimko
mostly
making his way
open,
down
I
to
don't
the-
want to give her a double.
To the house.
Give her a double.
No, I don't think so either. She's got to make it. Like this.
want to put it right center there.
Well, it's either that, or, but I mean, then if I'm a foot high or a foot low, it's a pretty easy double. I prefer this, and even if it comes, I guess
You
if
go
it
there,
comes
she's hitting the
back
open
here.
one,
Open one. She's gonna try and roll behind.
Yeah. So you go here.
Stay high enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
She's going to be hitting the open one.
What did,
right across.
Megan, what did I give you? Gave you there,
Yeah,
but yours
pretty close.
curling lots.
Yeah, got to be in the range. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Mine isn't going to curl as much as yours, I don't think.
Not, no. Especially my end.
Yeah.
Should be good.
So looking at throwing this top 12 around the corner. Just doesn't want to set up a double. You know Ashley's hitting the open one, and then it's a long roll across the house.
I thought it was interesting. They were saying both were open. And we know that even from our camera angle, it looks like the red stone that's behind the corner guard is partially exposed. She made it sound like it's just about wide open.
Gave you my last one.
Yeah.
So she's worried that if she comes behind that red one at all, she'd leave a double that way.
Pretty soft.
Seven.
Clean.
6, 7.
Clean.
7 right now.
Clean.
Yep.
7.
Yep. Okay, coming down
8.
to. Whoa.
7.
No, gotta bury it, Jay.
Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Okay, well.
You don't really have to bury it.
Good.
Well, it's about where she drew out where she wanted it.
Shot, buddy.
Kind of wait, do you want to throw?
We good.
Well, I think it's a first hitter that way, hey? This was shit. Megan's when we went this way.
Well, it's a heck of a lot easier with the outturn. He's thrown a few
Yeah, because I
here,
thought,
right?
okay, because I told.
You need at least a 9.
Yeah.
Throwing PO could make the line call pretty hard for you. I do, yeah.
It's close.
Yeah, it is.
So looking for a big hit and roll here too.
Yeah, not just looking to hit. She wants to roll over behind those two red stones.
So that's, you know,
and still be shot
feet.
rock.
Exactly. So
And that's
they're
why
calling. They need firm weight, so they can
Yeah.
hit 2/3 of a rock and then get the roll.
Exactly. She's got to make a flat roll. She could make the hit and roll with quieter weight, but then she'd roll deeper in the rings. She probably wouldn't be shot rock.
Yep. 9. Whoa. 9.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa, off.
Yeah.
Makes the hit.
Oh, they had it. And missed the sweep call on that.
Those are.
That just came up on
Yeah, they're hard to call.
They're hard to call, but you have to be aggressive. You know, unless you make it perfectly, Sherry's got a shot for 3 anyway. So, you know, you want it. You're trying to play it safe, but you might as well. I'd rather see it on the oversweep and at least get the rock over there.
Yeah, I'm going to remember one a long time ago. Wasn't that Jeff Stoughton in the Olympic trials when they were playing so hard for that roll? They rolled all the way over and rolled about an inch too far and lost the game, but they were very aggressive. But yeah, exactly what you just said.
Yeah, like I think this isn't too much ice by any means.
No, I don't think so.
So Sherry sticking for a 3. It'll make the 10th a little exciting. And I believe when she was throwing those 2 corners and they threw at the start of the 9th end, that's exactly what we said. Or you said, Sean. Not to give you a lot of credit, but
You never do.
Nope.
Clean. Yep.
Yes.
Firm bump.
Hard.
Clean. Oh, clean. Clean. Firm bump. Yep. Clean.
Clean's what you like to hear. Sherry Anderson with her final stone comes down, makes the hit right on the nose. She will pick up her 3 points. It'll be 9-8 coming home. Ashley Howard with last rock.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Freedom is getting lost in the moment and then finding your way. It's the calories that don't count, the late nights, and the memories that last forever. Freedom is diving into life, heart first, hoping to make a splash. It's using your phone however you want, wherever you travel. Freedom is roam and relax US, Mexico, and Caribbean travel rates from SaskTel.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Well, we're starting to get to the home stretch of our games here. Scores to report in that ninth end. Rayanne Williamson made a beautiful little delicate tap back for 2 and has taken an 8-6 lead going into the 10th end over Michelle Englot.
And we saw the classic 3 in the ninth end of our feature game here. So we've got a tight finish here. Score is now 9-8 for Howard over Anderson, playing the 10th.
Penny Barker needing a double just to minimize some damage that was going to happen out there. Leaving Kelly, didn't make the double, only removed 1 rock. Kelly Schaefer had an open hit for 3, nailed it, and it is 8-8 now, 10th end.
And over on sheet 4, in a very wide open end that Amber was looking at blanking, stuck it and took her 1 point, so tied up, playing the 10th end, 6-6, but Mandy Seltzer has the all-important last rock.
So the center guard was thrown up. There you see the tick shot attempt just go by through the back of the rings, and now Shaylin Kitts will try to throw a tight guard in behind the longer one.
So this is where the tension and the nerves really start to settle in. We've got some close scores out here, tie games. But your season is on the line all of a sudden. Everybody's playing for the playoffs.
Let it work then.
It's good,
Okay,
guys.
clean.
Yep,
Line's great. Line's great, guys, right here. Line's perfect.
Curling now.
Keep it going. Keep. Gotta curl a bit.
Want to get this tight to the rings and deadline up if you can.
So that the double peel is really difficult. And there's another good shot. You were saying earlier, Shailene has been playing so very well, and there's 2 great shots in 10.
Well, we hear it on all the time. All the curling that we watch on TV, every commentator, every competition always refers to the power of the lead in dictating your end. And if your lead is ends up for you, you've got a really good chance. If you're not getting those lead rocks set up, it's a struggle for the whole rest of the end. You're chasing all
Well, I can tell you
game.
where they don't want this yellow one.
Good shot, Kaylin.
Just
Well,
fine.
that's not bad. I was thinking it was going behind the tee line, and even there is a little deep.
It came right
And
out
look
the
at
other side
that.
into the open as well.
Yeah. I didn't see that as I was starting to talk.
Wait only. Right now.
4, 5.
Okay, go. Go if you have to, but we got a lot of room right now. 6. A lot of room, but yep, for 8. Gotta go. Yes. Get there.
Yeah, this is that rock that I think comes down hard. They were yelling 6. Not too far off, but
Still to get that little bit of bite of the center line, that's not a bad position for it early in the end here.
Yep.
This one's wide open.
It's her out.
Wait,
Makes the peel on just the high one.
I like the freeze.
Yeah. Drop it a little high, it's not bad either.
Yeah. Similar weight, I think. Just finish the release and similar weight. Good.
Go for weight if you have to.
3, 4.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Okay, whoa, we're not. No.
Now you've just got to get it out of
Nancy, get it over.
danger, exactly. Get it as close to the center line as you can.
Go, go, go for line.
Yeah, go. Curl.
All right.
Sharp. Feel this guy?
Okay.
You meant over the line. Not
well,
over the hog line.
Well, no, yeah, I meant over.
Curl.
Okay, there's no way. Okay, if they do that, what do you like?
No. Clean.
I like the freak.
Clean. Clean. Whoa. Nice throw.
Side of it, Nance. Perfect. Right here, guys. Okay, Nance.
I haven't played this ride for a little bit. Do you think it's a hair heavy or just maybe a couple?
I guess Sherry's aware of the camera.
Good sense of humor.
Well, sometimes that really helps when you get into these tense situations. Little comic relief.
Line's good.
6, 7.
Chance to refocus.
Line's good.
Yep, we gotta go. 7.
Line's good. Yep, for line, it's gonna
6.
overcurl.
Looking for the freeze here.
5.
Okay, whoa.
4.
Whoa.
It's really dying.
Whoa. Line it up right dead.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. It's all right.
I don't think so. Well, they've just a hair tight. They kind of screwed their tab.
So. It's got to be a hair sticker.
Like it's a hair tighter than.
Yeah.
You want a time? Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah, they maybe took away their tap, but if you peel the high one,
You leave those staggered.
Staggered, and that's
exactly.
actually helpful for Sherry Anderson down the road here.
Technically, you could kill it. I don't think you can stick it if you peel.
Like the draw?
Well, where do you draw?
Just sit on our yellow. Anything
She
gets to
plays
the
the
inside.
angle. She plays the angle.
It doesn't look very appetizing from down there. She's only got half.
Is this your first?
She has to hit it, isn't it? Unless you get to the button.
So what do you like best?
Well, you could peel along.
Yeah. She hits and rolls. We make the double.
Yeah.
And then we have to make a run double probably.
For
Kill one.
Yeah, steal one doesn't kill you. I don't know. What do you like?
my first gut was the draw. I don't mind it. What do you think, Ash?
You're throwing it, so.
What was your initial?
Where do you want to put it though?
Just on the inside.
If you're short, she's sitting too buried.
She has to make it though. What do you like?
I don't know. I really don't, because if you could ever nose the top middle.
We could just straight peel the middle one.
I think that's
Does that
risky.
help us?
I think then she freezes it. I think it helps them.
Do we peel?
No.
The long one?
20 seconds.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Because I think that helps them.
Okay,
I
let's
think
try.
we're trying.
If you,
Just make it, I guess.
yeah, even if
I
I'm
think we
right
just
on
gotta
the blue
commit to
thing.
something.
hit the inside.
What did you get on
Yeah.
Nancy's?
Agreed.
So speed's okay.
Yeah.
So
You know, I know what Russ is thinking, and I think Ashley's on the same page. You don't want to draw because that's what Sherry wants you to do.
But you've got a really good rock there to protect. The red rocks are not lined up for Sherry at this moment. So maybe you switch gears and really put the pressure on.
Little down.
Go. 4, 3, 4.
off it. Pretty good.
That's good, Court.
Like, we probably do want to move it, though, right, to here?
No, I think right here is good. Right here.
That's good, Court.
Nancy, you don't have any of it, so.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, make sure you're there, but
yeah,
you throw it there.
I like it, Ash.
Throw in the freeze.
Yeah.
Set up.
I think it can be, the yellow rock can be used for a raise if they're ever going to need it.
more
If
feet
she
than
would have
I
bounced
think,
any more, Sherry might have just played the
Like it's
double here to get rid of that rock on the
grabby.
forefoot.
Are we trying to get right to nose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Straight up. Yeah. I want to say it's heavy.
No, no, no.
Can't right now, I don't think.
8.
Okay, 7. It's coming down 7.
Oh, it's got to be short of this.
Okay. Coming down to 6.
Megan!
Can't sweep it. No, it's bumping it.
Okay.
We're drawing again, right? More than I
Well, now you just keep protecting.
think you want to tuck some, eh?
Yes.
I got 38 on the frame.
Short's totally fine, too.
So I'm
You know,
thinking, like,
you could go back to peeling the high guard now. The freeze isn't really there because of the position of your last stone. If you peel the high one, you do have your own to promote.
Yeah.
You can't see all of it right now.
line's good. Top 8. Same
I'll
weight.
tell you if I agree with that after I see where this one stops.
Yes, gotta go.
Here high. Not there. Just losing handle.
Yeah, it's coming the other way almost. Yeah. Okay.
And then I have more options.
Yeah.
Let's call it timeout.
I think Sherry's looking at moving some rocks around so she'll have something with her last. I mean, the good news is there's lots of rocks in play.
Where I go
Bad news
here.
is
She guards it. I
the
have no
opposition
angle.
shot.
Yeah. Gerald, I'm just thinking if I try to draw around that right now and I don't get shot,
Like, you thinking,
I
like,
have nothing because there's
hack?
no angle. I'm thinking bump these, rattle, get this so I can use that, so I can use this, so I can. I'm going to have some options.
Well, it'll finish, but
I'd like to throw enough to get this a
think-
little bit
yeah.
out of my way.
yeah.
Throw a little more than you think on this, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that very clearly.
Well, do we want to go bump?
What I'm looking
I was
at right
thinking
here
full
is if
hack,
you come
yeah.
down and hit that yellow stone right on the nose,
I'm thinking bump.
Minimum.
does this
Bump's fine,
stone
yeah.
touch the red one and spin back, kill that?
Oh, you're talking throwing with weight.
Yeah.
Throwing weight, but you want to hit the yellow stone,
Yeah,
the
I
first
wanna-
yellow
I
stone
wanna
right on the
kinda
nose.
do
Basically,
this,
you're doubling
roll
the yellows,
here,
leaving your
and
shooter
this
where you
might
can use
even
it.
come off
And if
there
it
and
comes
punch that
straight
up,
back,
right?
it might clip that stone off the button. You'd have
it looks like it
this
would,
stone
actually.
and your shooter
Yeah, but
available to
either
use with
side
your last
to
one.
use. Yeah.
Good bump.
Yeah, it does look
Yes,
like that
good.
from
I gotta
here,
hit
doesn't
it high.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell if we've got the right angle. I mean, it's going to drag a little bit, so it might go under that rock. That's not great.
Well, this is going to move things around too.
Yep.
She's looking at giving herself a few options with this.
But she can't give herself both sides with this. That's the thing. You'd like to leave yourself 2 shots after this is done because Ashley can't take away both of them.
Firm bump. Yep.
Firm bump.
Bumps. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Firm bump, Nance.
Firm bump.
Whoa.
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 Whoa. Ooh, that's big.
Whoa, Nancy. Whoa.
Okay. That's good,
That's
Cher.
good.
Yep. Good shot. Couple options.
Well, you're right, Ash. She's going to have to deal with this because you can see where there's the in-off available.
Well, and that's just it. She has to deal with it, and she has to make sure her shooter cannot be used.
enough to you?
She's got to flop inside or roll away big. She certainly doesn't want to sit there.
I think we got to roll in. 10.
I like it.
If you could just absolutely pick it up and carry it down, you might want to roll right on top of your own. That would take away the short run back.
Yep.
Ashley Howard leading by a single point with her first stone here in the 10th end.
Off it! Off it!
Yep. 10-5.
Whoa! 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 Krista!
Whoa. Whoa.
Makes the hit, rolls across.
That's very nice.
Sits at the top of the button, and she now sits 2.
Good call, bud. That was quite loud. The other thing else is this. It's good to know. Try to get to know
Penny Barker hitting and sticking on her final shot for the win.
Got to get to here. Move this here, and this goes here, right? Like same solid pop like that.
Probably more like a 10, Nancy.
More weight than you threw?
Yeah, I need a 10. I got to get across it a little bit, hey?
I had a 10-4 in the last one.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a 10.
Okay.
You got to get past the guard, basically hit a nose on that top one.
Okay.
Yes, 35. Okay.
There you see the time clock.
Yes!
Sherry Anderson with her final stone here. Needs to get by the guard, and then she's going to need to get some finish. It's not going to get by the guard. Ashley Howard won't have to throw her final stone. She's sitting 2. It'll go into the books. As an 11-8 final, Ashley Howard wins the B event here at the 2020 Viterra Scotties. She'll move on to the Page playoff game Monday night, facing Robin Silvernagle. Sherry Anderson's team will drop down to a B qualifier, and they'll play tomorrow afternoon.
And as Sue said, Penny Barker won her game over on sheet 3, and Mandy Seltzer had the hit and stick for the win on sheet 4, beating Amber Holland.
So just one game left to complete, and the final skip stone about to go down the ice for Michelle Englot. She needs 2 for the tie here. A lot of rocks in the rings.
Sure are.
I'm trying to... It's definitely Rayanne Williamson that's shot. I'm not sure who's second, and I'm not...
Oh, there we go.
There's a better look at it. Okay, I think what Michelle must be playing is just the skinny tick on the redstone. Try to drive it over towards what is the second shot rock, and her shooter's going to have to redirect on a shot.
Trying to hold it.
And this is
Must have been a little
already
tight, and it's
by far
over-curled.
over curled. She's going to be close to the nose of her own.
So that will eliminate the Englot team.
And Rayanne Williamson picks up the win.
on.
She moves to a C qualifier tomorrow afternoon as well. We want to thank you all for joining us tonight. For those watching on CurlSask.ca, we will have those C qualifying games at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It'll be Williamson versus Barker and Seltzer versus Anderson. And the Page playoff games on SaskTel Max at 7:30 tomorrow night.
Good night.